Today I want to share something with you that sounds almost too simple to be true. It's about breathing. Specifically, it's about breathing through your nose instead of your mouth. This one change, this shift from mouth breathing to nose breathing, can have a profound impact on your health and longevity. And I mean that quite literally. Most people don't think about how they breathe. Breathing is automatic, something your body does without conscious effort. You've been breathing your entire life, so why would you need to think about it now? But here's the thing. Many of us, especially as we get older, have developed the habit of breathing through our mouths, either partially or completely. And this habit, as innocent as it seems, is actually undermining our health in ways most people never realize. Before we go any further, let me clarify something important. If you have significant breathing difficulties, chronic sinus issues, or any condition that makes nose breathing difficult or impossible, please consult your healthcare provider. This information is about optimizing healthy breathing patterns, not treating medical conditions. Always work with your doctor on any health concerns. Now, let's talk about why the simple act of breathing through your nose instead of your mouth can literally add years to your life and significantly improve the quality of those years. Your nose is not just a passageway for air. It's an incredibly sophisticated organ designed specifically for breathing. When air enters through your nose, several remarkable things happen that don't occur when you breathe through your mouth. First, your nose filters the air. The tiny hairs inside your nostrils, called cilia, along with the mucous membranes lining your nasal passages, trap dust, pollen, bacteria, viruses, and other particles before they can enter your lungs. This filtering system is remarkably effective. It removes a huge percentage of airborne particles that would otherwise reach your respiratory system. When you breathe through your mouth, you bypass this entire filtering system. Everything in the air goes straight into your throat and lungs, without any filtering whatsoever. For seniors specifically, this filtering is crucial. As we age, our immune systems become less robust. We're more vulnerable to respiratory infections and other health issues. By breathing through your nose, you're giving your body an extra layer of protection. Every single breath, all day and all night. Second, your nose warms and humidifies the air before it reaches your lungs. Cold, dry air can irritate and damage the delicate tissues in your lungs. Your nasal passages warm the air to close to body temperature and add moisture to it. This conditioning of the air protects your lungs and makes breathing more efficient. Mouth breathing delivers cold, dry air directly to your lungs, without any of this beneficial conditioning. Third, and this is where things get really interesting, your nasal passages produce a gas called nitric oxide. This might sound technical, but stay with me because this is crucial. Nitric oxide is produced in your sinuses, and when you breathe through your nose, this gas is carried into your lungs with each breath. What does nitric oxide do? It's a powerful molecule with multiple important functions. It dilates your blood vessels, improving circulation throughout your entire body. Better circulation means more oxygen and nutrients reach your cells, and waste products are removed more efficiently. For your heart and cardiovascular system, specifically, nitric oxide helps maintain healthy blood pressure and reduces strain on your heart. Nitric oxide also has antimicrobial properties, meaning it helps kill bacteria, viruses, and other pathogens. So not only is your nose filtering out harmful particles, but the nitric oxide produced during nose breathing provides an additional layer of immune protection. Perhaps most remarkably, nitric oxide improves how efficiently your lungs absorb oxygen from the air you breathe. When you breathe through your nose, the nitric oxide improves oxygen uptake in your lungs by approximately 15 to 20%, compared to mouth breathing. That means with nose breathing, you're extracting significantly more oxygen from each breath. Your body gets more oxygen without having to breathe faster or harder. This is huge for overall energy, vitality, and cellular health. When you breathe through your mouth, you produce almost no nitric oxide. You're missing out on all these benefits with every breath. Fourth, nose breathing naturally regulates your breathing rate and depth. The slight resistance you feel when breathing through your nose, compared to the wide open passage of your mouth, actually helps you breathe more slowly and deeply. This slower, deeper breathing activates your parasympathetic nervous system, the part of your nervous system responsible for rest, recovery, and healing. It lowers stress hormones, reduces blood pressure, and promotes a state of calm. Mouth breathing, in contrast, tends to be faster and shallower. This can activate your sympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight response, even when there's no actual threat. Chronic activation of this stress response contributes to numerous health problems over time, including elevated blood pressure, weakened immune function, and accelerated aging. Let me share a real example. I know a man in his early 70s who had been struggling with low energy, frequent minor respiratory infections, and generally not feeling well. He was sleeping poorly, waking up with a dry mouth and feeling unrested. Despite spending 8 hours in bed, his doctor couldn't find anything specifically wrong. Blood work was mostly normal. It was just a general sense of declining health. Someone suggested he might be breathing through his mouth, especially during sleep. He'd never really thought about it before, but once it was pointed out, he realized his mouth was often open, particularly at night. He started making a conscious effort to breathe through his nose during the day, and he tried a simple technique at night that we'll discuss in a moment. Within about 3 weeks, he noticed changes. He was sleeping better and waking up feeling more refreshed. His energy levels during the day improved noticeably. The frequent minor colds and respiratory issues that had been plaguing him became less frequent. After about 3 months, he felt like a different person. More energy, better mood, fewer health complaints. His wife commented that he seemed 10 years younger. Was it only the switch to nose breathing? Probably not entirely, but did it play a significant role? Based on his experience, and what we know about the physiological benefits of nose breathing, it certainly contributed substantially. Now let's talk specifically about sleep, because this is where nose breathing versus mouth breathing makes perhaps the biggest difference. When you sleep breathing through your mouth, several problems occur. First, mouth breathing during sleep often leads to snoring. The tissues in your throat relax and vibrate as air passes through. Snoring isn't just annoying for your partner, it's actually a sign that your airway is partially obstructed, and you're not getting optimal oxygen flow. This can fragment your sleep, even if you don't fully wake up, reducing sleep quality. Second, mouth breathing during sleep dries out your mouth and throat. You've probably experienced this if you've ever woken up with a parched mouth and sore throat. This dryness creates an environment where bacteria thrive, contributing to bad breath, gum problems, and increased risk of oral infections. Third, and most importantly, mouth breathing during sleep is less efficient at oxygen delivery. Remember that 15 to 20% improvement in oxygen absorption. With nose breathing, you're missing out on that all night long when you mouth breathe during sleep. Over 8 hours of sleep, that adds up to a significant oxygen deficit. Your body can't repair and restore itself as effectively when it's not getting optimal oxygen. Poor sleep quality and inadequate oxygen during sleep contribute to numerous health problems. It affects memory and cognitive function. It weakens immune response. It contributes to mood issues. It accelerates aging processes throughout your body. Getting quality sleep with proper nose breathing, on the other hand, supports healing, restoration, and longevity. So how do you ensure you're breathing through your nose during sleep? This is where a simple technique called mouth taping comes in. I know it sounds strange, but hear me out. Mouth taping simply means placing a small piece of gentle medical tape vertically over your closed lips before sleep. This encourages you to keep your mouth closed and breathe through your nose throughout the night. You don't need special tape, though there are products made specifically for this purpose. Regular medical tape or even a small piece of gentle fabric tape works fine. Regular medical tape or even a small piece of gentle fabric tape works fine. Just a small strip placed vertically over your closed lips is sufficient. You're not sealing your mouth shut completely. If you needed to, you could easily open your mouth and remove the tape. It's just a gentle reminder that keeps your lips together during sleep. If the idea makes you nervous, start during the day. Practice nose breathing while awake until it feels natural and comfortable. Then try the tape for a short nap before attempting it for a full night's sleep. Most people find that within a few nights, they adjust completely, and wouldn't sleep without it. Some people worry about what happens if their nose gets congested during the night. If you have chronic nasal congestion, that's something to address with your doctor before attempting mouth taping. But for most people, their nose actually becomes less congested with consistent nose breathing. Remember, your nose produces that beneficial nitric oxide, which has antimicrobial properties and helps keep airways clear. If you find this information helpful, please consider subscribing to this channel and clicking the like button. Make sure to turn on notifications, so you won't miss future health information that can support your well-being. Now let's talk about training yourself to nose breathe during the day. For many people, especially those who've been mouth breathers for years, Switching to nose breathing requires conscious practice initially. Start by simply paying attention to how you're breathing throughout the day. Are your lips parted? Is your mouth open? Just noticing the habit is the first step. Whenever you catch yourself mouth breathing, gently close your mouth and breathe through your nose instead. Here's a simple exercise to strengthen your nose breathing habit. Several times throughout the day, take 2 minutes to practice conscious nose breathing. Sit comfortably, close your mouth gently, and breathe in and out through your nose. Focus on making your breaths slow and deep, filling your belly rather than just your chest. Count to 4 as you breathe in through your nose, hold for a count of 4, then breathe out through your nose for a count of 6. This exercise does 2 things. It trains you to nose breathe, and it activates your parasympathetic nervous system, reducing stress and promoting calm. Do this exercise 5 or 6 times throughout the day, just 2 minutes each time. It's a total of about 10 to 12 minutes daily, and it will significantly strengthen your nose breathing habit. If you find that your nose feels congested or difficult to breathe through, there are some simple techniques that can help. One is alternate nostril breathing. Close your right nostril with your thumb and breathe in slowly through your left nostril. Then close your left nostril and breathe out through your right. Continue alternating for a minute or 2. This can help clear congestion and balance airflow between your nostrils. Another helpful practice is humming. When you hum, you dramatically increase nitric oxide production in your sinuses, up to 15 times higher than normal breathing. Try humming for 30 seconds to a minute several times a day. It sounds silly, but the boost in nitric oxide can help clear your nasal passages and improve breathing. Physical activity naturally encourages nose breathing, especially if you do it at a moderate intensity. When you walk at a comfortable pace, you can easily breathe through your nose. This trains your body to nose breathe even during exertion. If you find yourself needing to open your mouth to breathe during exercise, you're probably going too hard. Slow down to a pace where nose breathing remains comfortable. This is actually the optimal intensity for most seniors anyway. The pace where you're working your cardiovascular system without overdoing it. There's an interesting connection between nose breathing and oral health that's worth mentioning. Mouth breathing dries out your mouth, and saliva is crucial for oral health. Saliva neutralizes acids, washes away food particles, provides minerals that strengthen tooth enamel, and contains antimicrobial compounds that control bacteria. When your mouth is constantly dry from mouth breathing, especially during sleep, you're much more prone to cavities, gum issues, and oral infections. Many seniors struggle with dental problems, and chronic mouth breathing is often a contributing factor. Switching to nose breathing improves saliva production and oral health significantly. There's also a fascinating connection between nose breathing and facial structure, though this is more relevant for children than adults. Chronic mouth breathing, especially during developmental years, can actually alter facial bone structure, leading to a longer, narrower face and less defined jaw. While you can't change bone structure as an adult, nose breathing does affect muscle tone in your face and throat. The proper tongue position that comes with nose breathing, where your tongue rests against the roof of your mouth, helps maintain airway space and reduces issues like snoring and sleep-related breathing problems. For many seniors, the benefits of switching to nose breathing become apparent relatively quickly. Within a few weeks, most people notice they have more energy, sleep better, and just generally feel healthier. The improvement in oxygen delivery alone makes a noticeable difference in vitality and mental clarity. Over the long term, the cumulative benefits of nose breathing are substantial. Better oxygen delivery to all your cells supports every system in your body. Reduced stress response and improved parasympathetic nervous system activation supports healing and longevity. Better sleep quality allows for proper restoration and repair. Enhanced immune function through filtering and nitric oxide production reduces illness. Improved circulation supports heart and brain health. All of these factors together genuinely contribute to healthier aging and potentially longer life. The research on breathing patterns and health outcomes is compelling. Health experts have observed that people who maintain nose breathing tend to have better cardiovascular health, stronger immune systems, better sleep quality, and overall better health outcomes compared to chronic mouth breathers. The mechanism is clear. Nose breathing simply provides superior oxygen delivery and numerous other physiological benefits. One of the beauties of this change is its simplicity. You don't need to buy anything. You don't need special training or equipment, other than perhaps some inexpensive medical tape for sleep. You don't need to carve out extra time in your day. You're breathing anyway. You're just changing the pathway that air uses to enter your body. It costs nothing, takes no extra time, and the benefits are immediate and cumulative. Start today, right now, as you're watching this, or reading this. Close your mouth and breathe through your nose. Notice how it feels. Pay attention to the slight resistance, the feeling of air flowing through your nasal passages. This is how you're designed to breathe. Make a commitment to conscious nose breathing for the next 30 days. During the day, whenever you think about it, check how you're breathing. If your mouth is open, close it and breathe through your nose. Practice the 2-minute nose breathing exercise several times daily. At night, consider trying the mouth taping technique to ensure nose breathing during sleep. After 30 days, assess how you feel. Notice your energy levels, sleep quality, how often you're getting minor illnesses, your overall sense of well-being. Most people who commit to this change don't want to go back to mouth breathing once they experience the benefits. If you have questions about transitioning to nose breathing, or if you'd like to share your own experience with changing breathing patterns, please leave a comment below. I read every comment carefully and respond with thoughtful answers. Your experiences and questions help other viewers too. Remember, breathing is the most fundamental thing your body does. You take approximately 20,000 breaths every single day. Making sure those 20,000 breaths are happening through your nose, rather than your mouth, is one of the simplest and most powerful changes you can make for your health and longevity. Take care of yourself, and breathe well.